Hi, this is Evan Center for Center Institute. Today I am on Highway 1, literally, in Big Sur, California. And what I want to talk to you today about is bootstrapping. So I'm on vacation this week in this really exquisitely gorgeous area. And this right here behind me is Hotel Tacoma. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but hopefully you can. And this week I've been working some and playing a lot. And one of the things that I started to think about was this idea of bootstrapping, this idea of figuring out the cheapest way to do something, experimenting with business, maybe with life too, but experimenting in business and vacation to see what works, to get yourself out there, and then to see what dividends it pays back. This morning, we got paid back with amazing dividends. We slept in Hotel Tacoma last night on a pullout on Highway 1. And then this morning, drove to this incredible area where we started cooking breakfast on the tailgate and then started talking about whales and walked over to the ledge and saw just some amazing pods of whales, including a mother and some young whales who are really close to shore, avoiding larger predators. And they were coming up, blowing their spouts, showing us their tails. It was really, truly incredible. But it makes me think about business. It makes me think about just getting out there, putting yourself out there, experimenting, trying with things, not spending a ton of money on it necessarily, but being out in your community, being in an interaction with people. In its nature, business is an experimental process. So you shouldn't spend, thousands of dollars on a Google AdWords campaign if, in order to get clients, if you're not showing results fairly quickly, right? If you're getting tons of results from Google AdWords, go for it, spend money on that. But do it in an experimental way initially. Spend a couple $100s max on it. See what you get. See if you get clients from that. If it doesn't work, don't do it anymore. If it does work, you can continue to do it. So experiment. Don't put all your chips in on one spot. See what works. Likewise, I actually find in private practice, excuse me, that sometimes the most bootstrappy strategies are the ones that get you the best results. It's not about spending, a few $1,000s on a fancy website. That is absolutely something that you can do down the road once you're making more money. But maybe you spend less money on a cheaper website, get it up. You don't need something crazy fancy and expensive initially. Maybe it's about spending a little bit of money on a Google AdWords, seeing if that works. If it doesn't work, drop it. The things that I have found work the best in marketing are none of those things. They're not things that really cost you much money at all. You might spend some money on it, but the things that have worked the best for me in my practice are real, live, human relationships. I know, crazy talk, right? It's about making relationships with people, allowing them to really understand who you are and know your practice really well so that when they refer people to you, they know exactly what they're doing. And that is true bootstrapping and experimenting in private practice. It's about figuring out what works. The benefit of hiring a coach, of course, is that you're working with somebody who has done a lot of experimentation on their own and has figured out what works and what doesn't work. And I would say then it's still an experimental process because you're probably in a different part of the country. Maybe they've worked with therapists in your part of the country like you, but you're unique. Your practice is unique. Your niche is unique. And so ultimately, it is going to be experimental, even if you're working with a coach. So take everything, try it out, see what works, and then move toward what does work. That's all for today. Talk to you soon. Hi, this is Evan Center for Center Institute. Today I am on Highway 1 in Big Sur, California. And if you have the opportunity to actually have that conversation with him in session, it's more likely that when he gets to session 4 and he's feeling antsy, the conversation's already started, right? It's on the table. And you already addressed it in person, so that he doesn't have those thoughts at home where you can't talk it through with him.
Yeah, that's invaluable. I think that's something that's definitely been lacking for me, having that conversation at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's all, like, give yourself kudos, because that's